Day 18. A fresh start, a clearer mind, and a reminder that every day is a chance to build something bigger than yesterday. I kicked off today with a deep dive into mathematical reasoning, a lecture that didn't just teach logic, but reshaped the way problems feel when you break them down and truly understand their structure. We began with proofs, the backbone of all mathematics. A proof isn't just claiming something is true, it's the journey that shows why it must be true. Mathematical reasoning becomes the art of building this journey one justified, meaningful step at a time. To construct it, you need a firm base, axioms. These fundamental truths are accepted without proof and act as the foundation that keeps every logical structure grounded, stable, and unshakable. Then came propositions, statements that are simply true or false. They make you notice logic in choices, decisions, conditions, and every if this then that moment we encounter daily. From propositions we move to negation, where the truth flips, almost like holding logic up to a mirror and watching it invert perfectly. Next was the contrapositive, one of the most elegant shortcuts in reasoning. If A, then B, it becomes if not B, then not A, and both express the exact same truth. Prove one, and you've proven the other, a hidden side entrance to the same conclusion. Truth tables followed, laying out every possible truth value with complete clarity and zero guesswork, like a neatly organized map of logic. Finally, everything locked together through deduction, where each new statement flows naturally from the last, forming a clean, unbroken chain of reasoning. Axioms, propositions, negation, contrapositive, deduction, truth tables, the skeleton of logical thinking, the machinery behind every mathematical argument, and the tools that make complex ideas feel beautifully systematic. After that mental warm-up, it was time to shift gears into DSA. Yesterday, we learned what a tree is and explored our very first traversal, in order. Today, we continued that journey and unlocked the other two depth-first traversals, preorder and postorder. I like to think of these traversals as different ways of touring a house with three spots, the left room, the main hall, and the right room. The house stays the same, but the order in which you explore it changes the entire experience. In-order traversal, you step into the left room first, then pass through the main hall, and finally enter the right room. It's calm and balanced, and in a binary search tree, it naturally gives you the nodes in sorted order. Preorder, on the other hand, starts boldly. You enter the main hall first, take in the core of the house, and then move to the left and right rooms. It's perfect when you want to understand the structure before the details. Postorder flips the experience. You explore the left room, then the right, and only then return to the main hall. It's patient and often used when breaking down or deleting a structure, because you handle the children before the parent. All three come under depth-first search, choosing a direction and going all the way down until there's nowhere left to go, then stepping back. DFS is ideal for exploring paths, solving mazes, and working through recursive patterns. Right beside it stands its opposite, breadth-first search. If DFS goes deep, BFS goes wide. Instead of committing to one path, BFS explores level by level, like checking every room on the current floor before moving up. It's great when you need the shortest path or want to understand the tree layer by layer. Different orders, same tree, but the perspective and the use case change completely. That's the beauty of traversals, one structure, many ways to explore it. From algorithms, I moved to my daily language grind. Today was German day, day 310 of my streak, and the focus was on hobbies and everyday activities. I learned möchte, meaning I would like to, and gehen, meaning to go. I added Eintrittskarte, which stands for admission ticket. Then came Verheut Nachmittag, meaning this afternoon, and Heute Abend, which means this evening. Each new word felt like adding another brick to my growing German foundation, slow, steady, and solid. Then came my gym session, pull day, dedicated to back and biceps. For back, I did 2 sets of lat pull-downs, 2 sets of single-hand machine rows, and 2 sets of weighted hyperextensions for the lower back. Then came the biceps attack, inclined dumbbell curls, preacher hammer curls, and preacher curls, 2 sets each. These three hit all 3 heads of the biceps, the long head, the short head, and the brachia radialis, giving a full, complete pump. After that, I sat down to bring all my traversal knowledge to life through code. I opened VS Code and began writing everything from scratch, starting with in order, moving to post order, and finally implementing level order. Watching these traversals take shape was surprisingly calming. What stood out was how similar the structure of each function was, the same recursive flow, yet the moment you change when you process the root, the left subtree, or the right subtree, the entire output shifts. Within order, post-order, and pre-order, from earlier, I had the full trio of depth-first search, and level order finally brought breadth-first search into the mix. Seeing how these 3 DFS functions and 1 BFS function together covered every way a tree can be explored felt genuinely satisfying. It's interesting how simply rearranging 3 steps, root, left, right, creates completely different views of the same structure. A tiny shift, but a whole new interpretation. That's what makes tree traversals feel almost artistic. And in the end, seeing all 4 outputs side by side was the best part, the same tree, the same nodes, yet each traversal telling its own version of the story. My day continued with my reading ritual. I'm deep into Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, and this part of the book shows a raw, unfiltered version of him, a young man caught between uncertainty and obsession, driven by a quiet ambition he can barely explain. You can sense him pacing in his own head, unsure whether he's on the edge of brilliance or chasing a wild idea no one else sees. What makes this part powerful is how relatable it feels, that early stage of a dream where nothing is clear, yet something inside still whispers, "Keep going." Knight's thoughts aren't loud or heroic, they're small, fragile, like a spark he's trying to protect. But that spark becomes Nike. The lesson is simple: every legendary journey begins in silence. Before success, before recognition, before clarity, belief has to come first. Knight's early struggles remind you that movement matters even when direction doesn't, and sometimes the bravest step is the one you take without knowing where it leads. To close the day, I made a profit of $57 on my trading account, couldn't record it due to a technical issue, but the screenshot is there. And that wraps up day 18. Another day of learning, building, coding, reading, lifting, improving, shaping the person I want to become, one day at a time. Thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow.
The network awakens. Intelligence takes form. Undegreed. The signature remains.